In this video, I'm teaching you how to fold Invader, which is a beautiful paper airplane in that it has just really nice angles. Now, it's simple, even aesthetically it's simple, but it works very, very well with the power-up modules. These wide wings help it to carry the extra load of the module very well. So, with that said, let me show you this plane in flight, and then I'll teach you how to fold it. In order to fold Invader, you'll need an 8.5 by 11 or A4 sheet of paper, some tape, and you'll also want some scissors as well. And we'll get these out of the way and begin by folding this right edge here to our left edge. As always, symmetry is important, so really try to line up those corners. In the end, it will help your plane fly much better if you're able to do that. But don't be too upset if yours is not exactly perfect. So with this here as our folded edge, I'm going to fold this top edge here to land on that, and my crease should go right through this top corner. Try to be careful not to tear it in that top corner. And having done that, I'll flip the paper over and do the same thing on this side, folding this edge here to our folded edge here. Okay, and now I can open the paper up into this orientation, and I want to fold this corner here to land on this edge. And I'll go ahead and fold it so that you can see exactly where I want this to land along that edge. And I'll explain the logic behind that after I've already done it. So basically what I've done here is I've folded this, landing this corner on that edge, and trying to make it so that this edge of the paper here is perpendicular to this edge there. And this edge here is perpendicular to that edge there. That's the goal. You don't have to get it perfectly. But once you do one side, you do want to try to get your other side to match. So try to land this edge here right at the same place that you land that edge there. And also be sure that this again is landing on that outer edge. And your plane should now look like this. Go ahead and rotate it because I want to now pull this edge here to this edge right here. And you're going to need to control this tab or this flap here so that it doesn't kind of escape as you're trying to fold. So I like to use my thumbs and control that as I'm folding here. It's pretty hard to make it so it doesn't pop out at all, but just try to control it as best you can. And once you've done one side, go ahead and rotate it. Do the other side as well, folding this edge to that edge. And I'll rotate like so. And next, we want to go ahead and fold this top point down, but don't fold it right along this top edge where these edges are. You want to fold it really just below that. So let me go ahead and fold mine down, and I'll show you exactly where I folded it. You can see I folded down below this edge just slightly, and that's really what you want here. So your plane should look like this. And now we'll go ahead and fold in along this edge like so. And do the same thing on the other side. and your plane should look like this. Our next step is to grab a little bit of tape and just apply it right along the edge of this top layer, right like so, and go ahead and do the same thing on this other side. And that will hold our layers in place while the plane flies. Hopefully you did a better job of taping symmetrically than I did. And now we'll go ahead and fold in half away from ourselves, like so. And we want to now fold the wings of the plane. So the wing crease is going to begin just above the nose of the plane and slope upwards to, I would say, between an inch and a half up the back edge of the plane. Basically, the wider you fold the wings, the lower the back side of the crease is, the slower your plane's going to fly. The higher that back edge goes, the faster your plane's going to fly. But if you fold the wings to be too narrow, it may not fly at all because it may not be able to generate enough lift to carry your module. So what you want to do, again, you want this crease to go just between an inch and a half up the back. I'll show you what my wings look like, and you can just try to match those. It's an estimation, and there's a wide range that's going to work just fine for your plane. If you're using one of our night flight templates, that wing crease will be marked out for you and make your job really easy. So you can see here what I've done. Now that I've done one side, I'll flip it over and fold the other side to match. Okay. And now while we have our plane in this orientation, we're going to fold a fin upwards, and we want our crease to run parallel to this edge here. And again, if you were using our night flight template, then this would be marked out for you and really easy to get that crease parallel. Otherwise, you just kind of have to estimate, and that's okay too. So with this, we'll flip over and fold the other side to match. And your plane should now look like this. But I'm going to now fold this into this orientation again. And I want to cut some elevators. So I'm going to grab my scissors. And what I want to do is, you can see the angle of my wing crease here. I want to cut my elevators so that the cut is at the same angle as that crease. And I'm going to try to do that for both sides. You don't want to cut too far into the paper. You don't need massive elevators for this plane. And now that we're in this orientation, I'm just going to pull those up slightly. You don't have to make a hard crease here, because leaving it a soft crease will actually give the paper more strength and it will hold its shape better. Now that I have a finished plane, I'm going to go ahead and set these into a vertical orientation and attach my module to the plane. You can see I've got these prongs here on the front that I can just kind of slip this plane into. It may require just a little finagling to get it through, but you can see that connected just fine. And next I'm going to take this crossbar here, and I want to kind of align it with the bar of my module, and then get those teeth, sorry, I'm getting caught. Get those teeth below, and you just snap it until it locks in place. You just do that rotation. There you go. And there's one more thing we want to do before we put this in the air. And that's basically just add a little tape back here. And this is primarily to keep the module attached to the plane, even in the case of a crash, so you don't lose your module. And with that, you have a truly finished Invader that is ready for the skies. So I wish you the best of luck as you fly. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing paper airplane content, and check out some videos we have here that I think you might enjoy. I will see you next time.